Hello guys, I got a video request that I should show you my Apple laptop collection. Now because there are so many, I decided to group them up and here start with the PowerBook G4 collection because I have actually all the PowerBook G4 models, and here is my entire collection. Now of course I will turn on every single one and actually show them a little closer, but here they are all laid up next to each other, and yeah, there are quite many as you can see. And yeah, I think we'll start with the oldest of the bunch, which is back here, and it's also the most ugly one. So let me get that one up and running. Now, as cool as it would be to show them all running, most of them have dead batteries and don't have that many power supplies. So yeah, we'll have to do that one at a time, I'm afraid. So that is the oldest of the bunch, a PowerBook G4 Titanium. I'll put the model year down below because I'm not sure about all of those. Those are very confusing with the different models and processor variants. So, but this is the Titanium. This is the 400 megahertz model. And it is in absolute terrible condition. It has lots of cracks, lots of scratches, especially at the back. When you look at that, this is like scraped through bare metal, almost. Yeah, almost. It is actually. But apart from its ugly looks, it does work. I'm just at the moment not sure if I have a hard drive in there right now. But we'll find that out immediately when we turn it on, and if it boots into something, then it has it, and if not, then not. Now, surprisingly, it has all the keys, and the keyboard is in pretty good condition. And I couldn't say that for the rest of the laptop. I like the design of those, with this white border. Yeah, it doesn't have a hard drive, alright. And I think in its better days, it was a pretty sweet looking laptop. I, in fact, got the crazy idea to paint this black. I mean, how much worse can I make it, really? It is in bad condition. I glued that here together with super glue alongside with some other internal things to keep it together. So, if I find the time, I will actually make the world's first black PowerBook G4. I think it would hide all these scratches really well and make it look pretty cool. And then I'll put in a hard drive or something. But yeah, as you can see, it wants to live, but right now it has no hard drive. Anyway, it's the slowest G4 of the bunch and the oldest. Let's move on. So we're moving on to the big boy here. This is the original 17-inch PowerBook G4. And to my surprise, this is actually a very valuable laptop. I didn't know that until a viewer said, "Oh my God, those are expensive." And I'm like, "Oh no, I don't know how much I bought it for, but it wasn't a whole lot." But these are apparently really expensive on eBay and collectible. So yeah, that's weird to me because I didn't know that, and it surprised me a bit. But maybe it's because this was Apple's first 17-inch laptop, and it was something very special, and it is a monstrosity when you compare it to the other ones. It's definitely got a really big display. It also works, no problem whatsoever, and it is in really nice condition too. It's not beat up. It doesn't have a whole lot of dings and dents like they usually have. You will see that continuing going through the collection. They will have start to have dings and dents, but this one doesn't. And I think that's making it even more collectible, that it is in nice condition too. Now because it is so big, they could spread out the stuff, and so it's actually a little thinner than the rest of the ones. It runs macOS Tiger. It could go to Leopard, but I decided to run Tiger because I have 2 Leopard machines already, and I think Tiger suits this one better with the 1 gigahertz chip and a gigabyte of RAM, in fact. So this is a a pretty nice Tiger machine, and every time I need to run Tiger software, it isn't often, of course, but if I have to, I run it on this one. Since this is a pretty fast system for that. And it has also a NVIDIA GPU, the 4MX. So yeah, nice display with 1440 by 900. It is still to this day, in my opinion, a nice looking display. It isn't worn out. It's got nice viewing angles, nice colors. Apple had always nice displays, and of course still has. So when it comes to displays, they always knew their stuff. This is the very first 17-inch PowerBook G4, and I'm very glad that I have it. So let's turn it off and continue with the other ones. Didn't go. Yeah, now it did. Alright. By the way, unmodified. That's something I should mention, because I like to tinker around with my stuff. And this one is actually untouched. This is all original. So, yeah, something to mention. So, let's continue here with my first 15-inch. This is a 1.33 gigahertz version. And it is definitely the best looking of the bunch. It has no scratches, no dents. But it has two problems. Problem number one is the fan bearing in it is dead. So once the fan ramps up, it makes a horrendous noise. And so, yeah, unfortunately, a fan would be needed to be replaced, which I will not do. But that is one problem. And the second problem, and that is apparently a very well known issue with these, the bottom RAM slot is also dead. It doesn't recognize any RAM modules. Same with the next PowerBook I'll show you, or will come, the next 15-inch. This has Tiger and Snow Leopard. Yes, I'm not kidding you. On Mac Rumors, they made a beta version bootable on G4 PowerBooks, which is crazy. I installed that on here. And it works. It doesn't work well. It works super slow, but yeah, it works. This only has 512 megabytes of RAM. That's also not helping with Snow Leopard performance. And yeah, as I said, this has a broken RAM slot and this fan bearing is messed up. So yeah, from time to time I might use it for something, but this is, yeah. We'll just show it around. The only problem it has cosmetically is this, it doesn't close all the way, but that's all. Apart from that, it's pristine. So yeah, this is not very special one, but anyway, it's in my collection and it's fully working. So apart from the little issues, it is working. So I still like it, I guess. Now we move on to one that you guys have never seen before. This one. This is, as I call it, the iBook GT, or the 12-inch version. I call this the iBook GT because it basically is the same form factor as an iBook G4, just way better built, way more durable, and way less unreliable than the iBooks, because iBooks had graphic card problems and all sorts of issues with capacitors and all that, I heard, but this one doesn't. So it's also built better since it's made out of aluminium and not plastic. Now, one thing I gotta mention, Apple, you and your fucking slot loading drives, they are utter shit. These drives are trash. I have 2 that work and the rest are all dead. But the ancient tray loading drive from my G3 iBook, that works, no problem. So this slot loading design is just trash. Please just... I think they improved it big time with their Intel Macs, but on PowerPC Macs, the old drives are all going bad. Maybe I just have bad luck with mine, but this seems definitely to be a trend. But anyway, ramble time over. Let's plug that guy in and boot it up. Now, cosmetically, it is in very nice condition. I know that this button has a problem, so we just don't mess with it, because this comes loose. I don't want to lose it. Has all the keys. This is also not an Austrian Mac because it has the English keyboard, which makes it very useless for us here, but yeah, it's a collector's item, so I don't care too much about that. It has a nice form factor. I really like this form factor. 4x3 display. This definitely had their buyers, and I would have gotten this instead of a iBook any day. It's just way better built and a little better looking too, but especially way better built and more powerful, of course. This one is actually a pretty powerful 1.33 gigahertz model. I think the best 12-inch was actually a 1.5, but this is pretty close, and it has a nice 1.25 gigs of RAM. So I put on here Tiger because I don't know if you've recognized it or not, but the programs are always the same. I have this one image which I clone on all my PowerPCs, and I was just too lazy to update this to Leopard. This has a stock hard drive, and I know that Leopard slows down a lot with hard drives and lower RAM and graphics card that are not so powerful. But this could run Leopard really nicely with this GeForce and the 1.25 gigs of RAM. But I wouldn't run Leopard under a gigabyte, since it just would run really fast out of RAM. But Tiger runs very fast. Now, what's so special about this PowerBook is the battery in it is really, really good. That is something I really didn't expect. I have here coconut battery. And when we take a look at coconut battery, this, if you don't know, shows the condition and the cycles of the battery. As you can see, it's at 89% capacity, and only has 107 load cycles on it. So that is really, really good. So this could still be used. Oh my God, that's the only battery I have, I think, in the PowerBooks that is useful. Now, it's kind of a shame that I don't use it. See, the button came loose there. I don't know if you saw it. But yeah, this is a cool surprise. It's something I really didn't expect. So yeah, this has, let's see, the hard drive. I think it's a stock drive. Nobody has messed inside of this machine yet. No 60 gigs. I don't want to mess with this because it's so complicated to take apart, and unless I have to, I'm not gonna do it. So if the hard drive fails, then I might disassemble it. Then I have to. But right now it's working, and it is in really nice condition. The only real cosmetical issue it has is this little thing that I don't know how that even happened. Somebody pulled in there, and I don't know, but it's something you don't really see. The rest of it is in nice shape, and it is a cool little laptop. I really like this form factor, and I much prefer it over the iBooks. I just can't stress that enough. So that is the 12-inch 1.33 gigahertz again. So let's move on. Alright, now come my two favorites. Favorite number one, and that is definitely the most special one of the bunch, that one. It is not in great condition. It is missing screws all around. It has some dings and dents. But this used to be my personal PowerBook. Years ago, I bought this. I used it in school. And I just have so many memories with it. That's why I like it so much. And what's also cool is it runs Leopard and it runs Linux. Yes, Linux, which is pretty cool, right? And this has also been my go-to machine to experiment with PowerPC Linux, also because it has the optical drive still functional. So that's something not so common with those, apparently. This is the 1.5 gigahertz model, so one of the better ones, and has a gigabyte of RAM. And such as the other one, this has the bottom RAM slot problem, so it only recognizes one RAM slot. So unfortunately, we are maxed out here with a gigabyte of RAM, which is a shame, but yeah, just the way it is. Again, I've used and abused this thing, and it has been through a lot, but I gave it an SSD. And what I would do is I would be ghetto, as I am, you know me, and I would disassemble the SATA SSD and plug in the adapter and then put it in there, because with the adapter to IDE it wouldn't fit, but when I took apart the SSD, it worked. I know it's totally bottlenecked and a waste, but now it has an SSD and it's really, really responsive. As you saw, this launched this stuff really quick. I showed you here Arctic Fox in the video, and just it opens it up really fast. Well, right now not so, huh? Well, yeah, I mean that's acceptable. And it has the Wi-Fi working and the battery indicator. So I just don't want to mess with this Linux. It runs 12.04 Ubuntu LTS, which is unsupported, I think, by now. But it runs it so nice, and I've got it dialed in so nice. I just don't want to mess with it. And so I'm glad I have the next PowerBook, which I can experiment with some more Linux with, installing it on there. Oh yeah, Bluetooth also works. Awesome. So this is here my probably favorite one. It has the 1.5 with 64 megs of RAM, the 9700 GPU. And yeah, that's a pretty decent one. This is one of the faster ones out there. So yeah, definitely the most used one. Definitely the most not so nice looking one with the missing screws, and it's the collector's nightmare and scratches and all that. But it was a work laptop and I liked it. I still like it. I will never get rid of it because this was my personal PowerPC machine. And last but not least, the pretty boy here. This is my second favorite, another 15-inch. And this one is very special because this is the 1.67 gigahertz top of the line model, and I made the video where I upgraded it to its maximum RAM capacity of 2 gigabytes, and I got it a 64 gigabyte mSATA SSD. So what I would do is I would buy an adapter and put in the mSATA SSD and installed Leopard. Well, I cloned it because, yeah, I don't install Mac OS 10 no more. I'm not wasting that much time. This is the best of the bunch. It has the most graphic power, which makes it a very nice Leopard machine. And it is also in nice condition. It has some minor issues on the side here. It's got some things in dents. Oh God. Now I turn it off because I messed with the connector here. Oh boy. And as you saw, battery is dead. But yeah, some minor cosmetic problems. Here's a screw missing, but I like this because it's the fastest, obviously. Here we are again. Boot time is really quick with this. And if we go to about this Mac, we can see right there 1.67 gigahertz. That's something awesome to see. And 2 gigabytes of RAM. So this has the best processor, the most RAM, the best GPU. There you go, 9700 with 128 max. So this must have cost a lot. And it's made in 2005. So 1 year before the Intel transition. So that's something really cool. And this was one of the last PowerPC machines, PowerPC laptops. And I like it a lot that I got the fastest. I even replaced the thermal paste, so it's running even much cooler now. And this can actually be used for some PowerPC Linux goodness, which I will definitely do in the future. So, those are all the PowerBook G4s. I have quite a bunch. I'm not planning to get more. Just maybe another titanium in better condition, because mine is really beat to hell. But when it comes to aluminiums, I have every single model, 12, 15, 17, and I have 3 of the 15 inch, so I think enough is enough. So yeah, I hope you like my collection. I sure like those laptops. Those are quite cool. They even moved to when they moved to the MacBook Pros, they moved the design until 2008, so it was still looking like a PowerBook, but it was a real MacBook Pro. And yeah, had the same keyboard and layout, just better trackpad, and here and there webcam, better screen, all that. But apparently it was a nice design that I kept that until 2008. Anyway, this is my collection. Hope you liked it, and I hope you like it too. See you later.